Fioli? It's not, the camera's not on. Oh.
Click it again. No, go to the gear. It should be there.
Here's me.
Yeah, go to the camera. Maybe that has a
Cameraman.
setting. No,
Why would it just be off? Like an internal thing?
I'm not sure.
Shit.
What we can try to do is plug in the camera and run.
Oh, you did? Oh, cool.
I was like, I don't know what happened, but we might have to unplug either your mouse or the mic. This has a built-in mic. It's not as high quality as this, but it picks up a lot. It's a pretty good mic.
Well, the thing is that the mouse, if we unplug it, then it could go crazy and click shit up while.
All right, well then let's unplug the Yeti.
Okay.
And see if we can get the camera to work. Because obviously the camera is about $70, so it picks up good sound and stuff. It's very adjustable. Cool.
Yay!
There, we did it. Yay!
Okay.
Look how clear that camera is.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And you can adjust it like so on the
Alright.
thing. Is
Well, let's just down for my mat.
and I would just move this thing out of the way.
Oh yeah, it's over.
We have to adjust the microphone to pick up from the camera though, real quick. So just go to the gear again. And go to microphone and HD Pro Web Grid. There you
Okay,
go.
cool.
And that'll pick up, because it is a high quality mic too. It's just not it's not cardio or stereo. Like there's multiple settings on that.
Cardio stereo. Oh, hey, while I'm thinking about it and nobody's on here, I want you to go on to these videos and cut off this beginning part where we're getting set up. I've done it on one of them already, but.
Like edit it in Creator Studio?
Yeah, you just cut it.
I have a program I use for video. Like I can add a title to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that might be good at some point. Really
That
good.
stuff's like super easy.
You can do that in YouTube too.
Oh yeah, you can. Creator Studios has like gotten some pretty big updates.
Corey? Wow, Rena's on her way.
This is funny, it's all over. Victoria's Secret made some things and stuff. Wait, Gabby. Hello. Right. Do you need blocks? I got some. Hello. Hey. You can get there. Hello, Corey. I am yes, you can. You said Corey, and that was supposed to be my name. Oh, really? Yeah, my mom might tell me, you're a boy, how to name Corey. There's Anna. Victoria's coming, she said she was.
Hello. We're just getting started. We had a little bit of a delay. But yeah, so get on your mat and start breathing. Hi, beauty. Come on in. Just getting started. Okay, yeah. You know where it is? Okay. So today's class is about showing up. So congratulations for being on your mat. Julie's here. Do you need to do something? I think I need to make myself a moderator again. Oh, is it still open? It's just, yeah. So yeah, this idea that showing up and breathing is advanced. Hi. Sorry. There we go. We're in the future now. All right. My head. What? Yeah. All right, come on to your mat, and you can start today however you like. So you can lie down, you can sit up, you could come into child's pose. And taking these first breaths of your practice today to gather yourself here. And come on into your body. I like to imagine my huge cosmic energetic arms just reaching out and gathering myself from wherever I've been, wherever I'm going, or wherever I think I'm going. Just ease on in, become present. And deepen the breath, turning on Ujjayi breathing. Feel where you are touching the planet. And if you're seated, throwing your spine up out of the pelvis. So wherever you are, feel for lengthening your spine. And start to breathe this through your mind and your cells. I am here. And scan through the sensations that make up your here-ness, your experience right now. It's getting super simple. Air on your skin, the touch of the clothes on your body, feelings in your belly, your heart, your head. No story, just sensation. I am here. So scan through your body and notice, where are you living today inside of your body? Where do you feel most present? Where is your center? Stay with your breath. pick that spot here in the next couple of breaths. You got it. Put your hands on it. Wherever you are being from in your body today, put your hands on it. And take 3 more deep inhales and exhales in and around the spot. You could just wrap it up with your breath if it's not ready to be penetrated. Surround it. All right, open up your eyes. And we'll come into knee pile or half knee pile. So to come into this, breathe. And if you come onto hands and knees, you're going to bring your left knee in front of your right knee. You're just kind of nesting your knees there, left in front of right. And then bringing your feet out to the sides. Now we're going to sit back. If you're less flexible in your hips or your knees don't like this, as you rock back, you're just going to kind of lean over and bring the bottom leg out. So that's the modification. So you can be here, half knee pile or full knee pile is the ankles by the hips. Root your sit bones down, give it a little rock here and just notice. You might tend to have the left one up. So root that sit bone down. For pranayama today, Kapalabhati breath. This is breath of fire, builds some heat in the body. It's also an incredibly momentary breath. So you'll take a shallow automatic inhale and then force the breath out using your lower abdominals. So feeling for keeping the heart high and open, so you've got lots of space in the body, and then really focusing on the lower abdominals, these guys right down here. It's like you're blowing a gnat out your nose. So let's go for about 50 breaths. Take a big inhale in, exhale halfway out, and then snap the rest of it out. And then take a deep inhale. And exhale, melt into forward fold here. Spread your toes. You feel your hips light up. Let your head go and flush your breath out through your spine and your hips. Will you keep your feet engaged? Feel for melting a little more on each exhale. And one more. Fill out the hips. Exhale through your feet. And then ease on up and switch legs. Nesting your knees and then easing on back. So it might be different on this side. It's totally okay to modify and not do it exactly the same side to side. So if you need to just kind of rock the side and bring that bottom leg out, that works. Yeah. And I'm watching Fiona, she's like, ah. So that's good. That's good listening, you know, like instead of like forcing your body into something, take that pause and breathe and check in. And it might take a little bit for your mind to catch up because there is a delay. There's a delay between sensory information and registering it. Spread your toes, get the bones even on the earth. And here we go, 50 Kapalabhati. Start with a big inhale. Exhale halfway out. And . 50 Deep inhale. Exhale, melt, spread your toes. So the reason for this is that it will light up the muscles and ligaments in your legs, even as you're melting into it. You engage and move soft and into it. Something magical happens when you turn on your muscles and stretch them. So a lot of times you think of stretching as just like relaxing and kind of going limp, but actually engaging into the stretch. All right, ease on up and release the legs. Bring them out wide into a straddle. And so maybe get a little scoot forward to open up your legs to a nice edge there. And then again, activating the feet. And just close your eyes here, take a moment, put your hands on your heart and your belly, and take a deep breath into your core. I'm here. Just keep anchoring into your body and this moment. And then put your hands on that spot that you're working with today, the one where you identify where you are living today. All right, we'll go into side bend and neck release. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee, or you can put your hand on your leg if that feels like it's starting to get crunchy for you. So more flexible, hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift up through the right arm. Lift chest up, turn your palm toward your left foot, and then arc over nice and long. So you want to feel for stretching your left rib cage toward your left knee. Relax your neck, under your shoulder, or look down at your knee. Take a deep inhale into your right shoulder. On the exhale, slide the shoulder down your ribs, away from your ear, and wrap it a little extra towards the armpit. Deep Ujjayi breath. Stay connected to your feet. Keep your head down for neck release, so turning your right palm to hover off the floor to the right. Inhale, lift the chest up again. And then roll the collarbones open and relax your neck, ear to shoulder, or look down. Very deep breath. You can give a little reach out of right fingertips to light up that stretch in the neck, the ear, the jaw. Fill your breath right in the tight places. And then nice and easy, just roll your chest to the left for a forward fold toward the left leg. Head down, hands to either side of the left knee. Inhale, lift chest up. And then exhale, pull the heart toward your knee and then soften the head down. Deep breath into low back. And then soften tops of shoulders, neck, weight of the head. Connect down that right sit bone. Last breath here, fill out into your pelvis. And exhale, ride out your feet, spread your toes. To come up, keep your chin to chest and roll up. Bring a palm to your forehead, hold the weight of your head, and inhale, press the head up. Other side. So hand either to your right leg or palm to the inside of the knee. Inhale, lift up through the left arm, chest lifts. And then exhale, arm over. Neck, let it go. Deep Ujjayi breathing. Slide that left shoulder blade down to open up the neckline. Use your breath to get present, to arrive, to be here now. Neck release, turn your palm to hover off the floor to the left. So I'm touching right now my body where I have some tweaks going on, and it's helping me just get some more information and help ease up the muscles that are firing in a tweaky way. So you're always welcome to touch yourself and give yourself assists. Forward fold to the right, roll chest easy in the head and the neck. Hands to either side of the left knee. Inhale, scoop the chest up. Spread your toes and exhale, pull your chest toward your knee, head down. Deepen your breath. Root down through that left sit bone. Feel for creating space in the spine. You can hug core muscles to lift up. Exhales are your release. Coming up, chin to chest, ease on up. Take a palm to forehead, and inhale, help the head up. Okay, come on to your back for some core work. Twisted root abdominals. Cross the right leg over the left leg. If it's available and you want to, you can wrap your ankle around your calf. Take a full interlace of your fingers and bring them behind your head. Draw elbows up toward the sky and then shrug the shoulders down so you've got lots of space around the neck. In fact, you can even kind of squeeze your head and then traction your head away from your shoulders as you root shoulders down. Get your knees about over your hips and spread toes. Take a big fluffy inhale into low belly, low back. Hold the breath. Squeeze your thighs, press your low back down into the floor, and then exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Powerful exhale. Squeeze your thighs and then move your low belly down into your back. Inhale, relax your back. You can come down a little bit if you want to up level or all the way. If not, hold the breath. Squeeze the thighs together. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Don't yank on your head. Hold it. Squeeze thighs and move belly down. Watch it move. Inhale, soften the back. Lower the head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Squeeze the thigh. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift. Squeeze and belly down. The second part here, put your head and shoulders down. You're going to keep them down for this part. Stack your hands on top of your right thigh. Spread toes. Take a nice soft, relaxed inhale, low belly. Hold the breath, squeeze your thighs, press your back down into the floor, and then exhale, press your hands into your thigh. Press your thigh into your hands. Squeeze your thighs and move belly down into the mat. Inhale, relax everything. Hold the breath. Squeeze the thighs, press low back down. Exhale, press and press. Feel your power to hold and match yourself. Squeeze thighs, belly down. One more like this. Inhale, soften. Hold the breath. Squeeze the thighs, curl the tail up. Exhale, press. And press. And press. And squeeze. Belly down. And release. So let's just kind of move the legs here. You can bring the knees together and do some circles to rub your back into the floor. Keep breathing. All right, other side. So cross the left over the right. Option, if it's available, to wrap the foot around the calf. Spread toes. Take a full interlace. Let's go non-habitual clasp this time. Crossing doesn't feel good?
No.
this one.
Even just without wrapping the calf?
It was pretty okay. But
Is it tweaky or is it just uncomfortable? Tweaky.
this
Okay.
actually cramps up.
Okay. So if something's tweaky, don't do it. But then you want to look for how you can modify it to work for you so that you can stay engaged. All right, so knees up above the hips. Spread your toes. Big inhale, fill the low belly, low back. Hold the breath, squeeze the thighs, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Squeeze the thighs and move low belly down to the floor. Nice. Inhale, soften the belly. Come down a little bit or all the way. And warm up your feet. Squeeze your thighs, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can even maybe lift your knees up a little bit more for you. Yeah, belly down. Inhale, soften. Hold the breath. Squeeze the thighs, curl tailbone up, and exhale, lift. Ooh, I like that modification. You always got to block with your knees. Squeeze and belly down. All right, inhale, soften all the way down. Head and shoulders stay down. Now you're going to stack your hands right on top of your left thigh. So as you're pressing, feel free doing it from below your shoulders rather than with your neck muscles. All right, big inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze thighs, and then exhale, press up, press. Keep your head down, belly down. Inhale, relax. Still up there. Hold the breath, squeeze the thighs, curl tailbone up, exhale, press. The thighs in the hands, hands in the thighs. Belly down, belly down. Nice. One more. Huge inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze the thighs, press your low back down, exhale, press. Press. Spread toes, hug, belly down. Nice, and release. So move your legs around, take some deep breaths into the hips. And then we'll go to spinal twist from here. So bring your feet to the floor. Pick up your hips and scoot them to the right of the center line. If you like to, you can cross your leg over for this one if you want a deeper twist. Otherwise, just bring the knees up, arms back into the floor, and then on your exhale, bring your knees all the way to the floor on the left. Deep breath. So when I come into these twists, I just did it, I noticed. I kind of like shimmy my shoulders up to give myself more space in the back. Another thing you can do is take your hands to your right hip or thigh and press it away as you lift your chest up toward the chin. Making space in the spine. And come on into the awareness of where you are living today in your body. All right, other side, one knee at a time. Come on back to center. Feet to the floor. Scoot your hips to the center and then over to the left. Knees up. Option across the left leg over the right. Arms press back into the floor. Inhale. And exhale, ease over to the twist. Maybe get that little shimmy, lifting your chest away from your hips. An option to give yourself an assist, pressing that left hip away. I'm here now. All right, knees on back. Feet to the floor, scoot your hips back to the center, and we'll set up for bridge pose. So reach your fingertips toward your heels so you can touch heels or almost touch your heels. And then option to use a block or a water bottle or a rolled up towel between your legs. This This is great for knees and hips and low back stuff. Medium width if you've got the blocks. You want something kind of wide-ish. Yeah. Reach your fingertips toward your heels. So get your heels as close to your fingertips as you can. And then make sure that your feet are hip width distance. Turn the palms up, just rotate the shoulders open. You can even kind of scoop the shoulders down and out to the sides a little bit. Press down through your feet and lift the toes up. Take a big breath into your low back. Exhale, press through the feet, lift hips up, come into bridge pose. Deep Ujjayi breathing. Really get into your legs and your core here and go for softening upper back, neck, shoulders, jaw. Letting your breath billow through your core. Take a big inhale and lift your chest up toward your chin. Keep it there, and then exhale, curl your pubic bone toward your navel, lengthening your tail toward your knees. Let your legs turn on to do that. And then feeling for, keep on stretching, chest up, tail away, and creating more space in your back, bringing the curve in your spine farther up toward your upper back and out of the lower back. Get present with any sensations showing up with you here. I am here, breathe. And stay with me to come down. Take a deep inhale, spread the ribs out to the sides. Tuck your tailbone and exhale, lower just the bones right behind your heart to the floor. Inhale all around your belly button, fill up wide. Tuck the tailbone deeper and exhale, lower mid-back bones down to the floor. Right behind the belly button there. Last part, inhale in the low belly, low back. Nice and soft. Exhale, tuck the tailbone as deep as it goes. Lower down those last back bones in order until the sacrum presses down. I love that feeling. Yum. Beautiful. Release the block. Bring your feet into Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together. Knees open out. And then we'll take back traction. So you're going to bring your hands right to the tops of the thighs. And then straighten the arms, stretch the back out on the floor. Feel the breath right into the tightness that lights up. Starting to clear out. So generally fingers toward the knees or kind of wrapping around the thighs, around the back of the thighs. There you go, feeling. And let's take Uddiyana Bandha. Take a deep inhale. Exhale everything out the mouth. Good empty. Keep the breath out and then pull your belly down into the floor and up into the ribs. Inhale, soften. And then roll on over to one side and come on to forearms and knees. Ooh, we haven't done any cat-cat. Let's do that right now. Come on to hands and knees. I love cat-cow. Wrists underneath shoulders, and here, so with this theme of I am here, just look at one hand and say I am here inside your head. Feel, and then look at your other hand. I am here, breathe. Spread your toes into the floor. And on the inhale, cow pose, open up the heart. Exhale, round. Release the weight of the head, pull belly up, open up the back. Inhale, open belly, open chest.
Roll shoulders back, lift the neck. Exhale.
Keep going. On the inhales, you open the body, fill the belly, fill your crotch and your heart. And on the exhale, you round. Feel weird? Doesn't it really get a little movement in your spine? Press up a little extra there. Option to freestyle the movement if you like. Deepen your Ujjayi breath here. And just arrive with yourself, whatever might be going on in your head or even in your body. Give yourself an inner high five for being here. And when you catch your breath dropping off or having just gone out completely, then just notice it and have a little inner celebration that you noticed it. And then breathe again. It's like whatever is going on for you is absolutely perfect in this moment. We have no idea where this is going or how incredible the outcome could be of just being present the way you feel right now. All right, now come on down to forearms and knees for dolphin prelude. Clasp upper arms to get the measurement here. We're going for elbows underneath the shoulders. And then clasp your hands. Take a big step back with your knees about 1 foot. So it'll feel really overextended at first. It'll feel weird. That's all right. Take your knees wider than your hips, maybe as wide as your mat. Take an inhale, lift and round, upper back. And then exhale, send your sit bones way back. Head to the floor. Oh, this feels so yummy in my back. Take deep breaths right into where you feel it. And spread breath across the back of the heart. Let it wrap around through the shoulder blades and the armpits. If you'd like more of a stretch, what you can do is bend the elbows, lift the knuckles up off the floor. And you may do that and it might not feel good to your shoulders. So if you do it and it doesn't feel good, just put your hands down. Melt the back of your heart. As you reach through the sit bones, you can feel for more space opening up. Head is the anchor here. All right, so next we're going into dolphin pose. And as we go into that, if this is more your medicine today, you're welcome to stay here, or maybe you come into dolphin and then you're like, oh no, I'm going back to dolphin prelude. So that is an option. If you're going into dolphin, come on to forearms and knees. You're gonna bring the knees back underneath the hips. Remeasure the arms, clasping upper arms. And then fingers interlace. More advanced is to bring the forearms parallel. And honestly, I don't know very many people who really can practice this way, because what happens is that the elbows a lot of times tick out because we don't have the strength or the flexibility to keep them there. So if that happens to you, just go ahead and come down and reclasp. I'm not saying don't do the forearms parallel, but just check in with yourself. Put the head down. Take a big inhale, lift and spread upper back. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips for dolphin pose. So go ahead right away and just go for putting all your weight into your forearms. And then press into them so that you're gonna lift the shoulders up and out of the arms. And then bend the knees and lean way, way, way back. So putting as much weight now into your feet as you can, lifting up as much as you can through pelvic floor. Taking your breath right into the tight spots. Feeling into that amazing, magical principle of when you activate muscles and stretch them at the same time, magic happens. And then lift up through your core. Bend your knees and ease your heels down toward the floor, so they don't have to touch. This is where it's really apparent how we try to shoulder everything to keep your forearms down. I can't. Why? What's going on? Breathe, everybody. Does that hurt?
I'm just a little stiff from that power ride.
That's okay. Try putting it down. It's actually not here. I'm just soften here. Breathe, everybody. So when I do this, it's stretching up the line up here. Two more. Really good breath. Oh, there it was. Ease on down to the knees for embryo. Sit back on the heels. If that hurts your knees, you can come back into something more like dolphin prelude, where your hips are above your knees. Bring your arms by your sides, unless that really doesn't make sense for you. Holding a big breath in the upper back. Let out your mouth. Again, fill out the back. And release. All right, ease on up and come to standing.
Thanks for reading me.
Yeah, good job. So what I was working with, Fioli is something that goes on for a lot of us. So it's like when we're in that pose, we're like, we really believe that we have to hold here, right? And so it's actually about activating your chest and your armpit muscles. And then the more you do that, this gets to free up. Let's just give ourselves a neck massage real quick. Just
close your eyes and just tune in and feel, how do you want to be touched? How are your muscles like, do it this way? I woke up with a tweaky shoulder and neck. All right, let's get a little wiggle going on. You can keep touching yourself too. A little bounce. It doesn't have to be so serious. Yeah, yoga dance party. This is totally a thing. And then just like flipping so that your arms just relax and gently put the front back. Just let your head and neck gently move. Loosen up. And then we get our sacred stripper swirl here, making a figure 8 with your hips. Infinity.
What's the belly dance?
The belly dance move, yeah, totally. Go the other way. Don't think about it too much. I really don't know if we're going the other way.
Go backwards.
Oh yeah, go backward, go backward, go backward. But it's the same, going backwards is the same as going forward.
Actually, it's not. Forward, you go around the
Oh yeah, okay.
and then backwards.
Let's bring the breath into this. Loosen up.
Also, do really big hip circles.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
You stick the belly out real hard. Sometimes they like beat the floor.
We're definitely doing that. Go the other way.
Tribal ones do.
I'm hearing deja vu. I like that.
I am here.
I am here. Oh, let's come to star pose. It's my favorite I'm here pose. Let's melt into forward fold. Hang, do a little sway if you like. Get the breath going. Play with the weird, different stuff. Stop breathing. It's okay. Just start again. It's like something new happens and mind's like, wait a minute. I don't know this, so let's just stop the breath. All right, bend the knees and inhale, roll up. Mountain pose. Standing at the top of the mat. So I've been talking lately about working with the recovering addicts at this rehab center. I am just so struck by when we do this, I get full body chills every time. It's so powerful. And so, you know, when you get sick and then you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't been taking care of myself. Why did I have to take it this far? But it's that humbling, hitting bottom kind of thing where all of a sudden, like, what's important comes into focus, which is you know, taking care of you. She always loving herself up in the mirror. So deepen your breath and come into your presence. And I just have so much gratitude for those recovering addicts for really illuminating this for me, so I can share it with you too. It's like they're hitting a bottom that we don't have to go to. And being such amazing teachers for us right now, because it's like when we're not in those extremes, sometimes we start to take it for granted, and then we start pushing ourselves to one of those extremes. I know for my body, like I can't even get to the point that those people are at. Like they have such strong systems, honestly. Half suns, bring the arms up. Spread your fingers, I am here, belly in, exhale, melt to the floor. Fold, you can even just bend your knees and drape over your thighs, head down. Inhale for halfway lift, hands to the floor, your shins are even your thighs, so go for a flat back. Lengthen your crown forward, and then exhale, melt again, head down. You come up, you can roll, or you can go flat back with wings. Inhale, come up to stand. Reach the arms up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. I am here. Inhale, arms. Belly into the back. Exhale, yay. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms. Be more on your own. And just give yourself credit for being here, for breathing. And that's it. Everything else is gravy. Stare at me with presence and mountain pose. Put your hands on your body, put it on your area if you can reach it. I think Viola chose her ankle. I love that. I'm living from my ankle. Presence, I am here. You notice if there's any kind of squirming in you when you become still. And just blow on it with your breath. I am here. That squirming is like trying to get somewhere else, right? Like, oh, I want to move, or I want to do a different pose, or something to distract me. Just come back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Command sun salutations. Hands down, step left foot back for lunge with the knee down. And taking your time coming into it. Make sure your knee is happy there. You want to be kind of forward of the kneecap toward the quadricep muscles. Tucking the tailbone is activating your low belly and also your leg muscles to help kind of shift pelvic bowl more level. Woo. Arms up if you like. We're gonna find that low belly power we were talking about last night. Yeah. Inhale, lift the ribs up. Put your hands down and step back. High plank, high push up. Heels high, above the balls of the toes, unless you're taking the modification. You're doing the modification, knees are down, the butt is in line with the ribs and the knees. And then hugging everything to the center line around the spine here. Take 3 moon breaths. This is where you purse your lips and blow out to smooth. Big inhale. Lengthen the spine, one more. Inhale, gently lower the knees. Pull chest forward and come all the way down. I am here on the floor today. Take a big breath in. Low cobra, bring the hands out in front of your shoulders, about 12 inches. And then lift chest up. Squeeze the elbows in and they're hovering off the floor. Spread your toenails into the floor. Root the pubic bone down. Take a big inhale, spread the ribs to the sides. Keep the pubic bone anchored and pull forward toward you. So you're dragging your chest forward, shoulders root into the back. Then you can put your head down here or you can roll up the neck. Give your elbows a little squeeze in to activate chest muscles. Where can you inject your breath to create more space in your spine and your ribs? One more, ribs out to the sides, flare them wide. Exhale, pull the floor to come down. Inhale, hands underneath shoulders. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. You can go through hands and knees. So feel for your dolphin pose in your downward facing dog. You're wrapping the shoulder blades around the sides of your body. So this is going to activate your chest muscles and your armpit muscles. And it might feel kind of scary and unstable because you're used to holding it with your neck and tops of shoulders. Inhale, lift up here. Keep the lift. Your shoulders are like, no, this way. No, this way. Left foot forward, lunge with the knee down. So when you step up, if your foot doesn't quite make it, grab the ankle, help it up. So come into your presence here. I am here. this side, any shifts. So Renna, can you see how let's see, your left thigh is leading, because you can see your back butt cheek in the mirror. Yeah. So you draw it back. You go for squaring the hips off here. Sometimes you tend to kind of lead, I'm exaggerating, and kind of open it up this way. I mean, that can be fun too, but this is really working the leg and core strength to get more stability in the pelvis. And then once you get that, you start to learn how to lift up through the core, out of the low back. Arms if you like. One more inhale, telescope ribs up. Keep the hands down, step your back foot forward, come into forward fold. All the breath out, head down. Inhale, rise and stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Flow, inhale, arms. Exhale, fold. Welcome to go at your own pace. Step your right foot back, lunge with the knee down. You don't have to bring your arms up if it's not working for you today. Hands down, step back to high plank, high push-up position. Knees down, pull the chest forward, come all the way down. Low cobra, bring the hands out in front of you, anchor the pubic bone, pull the chest. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, hands under shoulders, lift back to inner thighs. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge knee down. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Left foot back, lunge knee down. I am here. Exhale, hands down, step back. Lower down. This time, cobra pose. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift chest. Squeeze elbows back and in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge knee down. Anchor the tail and lift chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot back. Exhale, hands down, step back. So you move through back bend of your choice. You can do low cobra, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands. Do one more. Left foot back. Vinyasa is a high plank, chaturanga, or all the way down, and then take a back bend, and downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up. breath here. All right, we're doing like back bends a little bit. So you can use a block or a towel. Roll up a towel so it's like a log. Or like a mason jar works pretty well too. With maybe a towel around it. So squeeze your legs together, root down through the feet. And take hands to the low back. If you don't have something between your legs, that's okay. Just really root down through inner legs through your arches. The thumbs are going to be in toward your spine here. Fingers wrap around toward the hips. And squeeze the elbows together behind you. Lengthen the tailbone down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, keep the lift. Squeeze whatever's between your legs or root down through your feet. Again, inhale, lift chest up. Exhale, hug belly in, keep the lift. So 3 more breaths. If you'd like to come back, you can. Inhale, lift up first. Root through the leg, lifting chest as you maybe open up a little more. And you can open your neck if you like. Or you can reach in the chest. Ease on up. Relax your arms at the sides for shoulder shrugs. So let's come into horse stance. So let's turn toward whatever side makes sense. We're just doing this to keep on the on your mat. So heels in, toes out. I can't do this without a little back traction because it feels so yummy. So you take the heels of your palms right under the crease of the hips and straighten the arms. So you can let your shoulders come up, and then as you press into the thighs, stretching the back out. All right, relax your arms at your sides for shoulder shrugs. Take a big inhale, spread out your back. Hold the breath, draw shoulder blades up, squeeze them straight back, and then exhale, keep the squeeze, draw them all the way down. Inhale, fill up the back. Exhale, squeeze mid-shoulder blades together and draw them down. Inhale, fill the back. Exhale, squeeze bottom, tips of shoulder blades and draw them down. Interlace fingers behind you. Root your tail down, knuckles reach down, and then pop your chest straight up. And you can gently explore opening up the neck. Stay deep and present in your legs. All right, ease on up. Star pose. Back to your breath. All right, come back to the mat. Well, I'm coming back to my mat. And work some more back bending. So, give you some options in bridge pose. So you can just watch me for a second here. If you have a block, here's some fun stuff you can play with. So for one thing, it can be really interesting to just, if you have a block or something comfortable, you can
prop underneath your sacrum to just hover over it. So you're kind of training the tilt of your pelvis to be long in the back. Another thing that you can play with, this is a really nice opening. Taking a hold of the top of your foot, one foot, the other one's anchored down, and then bringing it back by your butt. You could also tuck toes, and then pressing into that foot to open up the top of the thigh. Okay, so those are some options in bridge pose. So come onto your back and get the measurement of reaching for your heels with your fingertips. And come on up. So if you don't have a block and you're not wanting to go into any of those other options, what you can do is breathe. And you can also work, use your hands to explore in your core. So you can give yourself a nice gut massage. You want to go generally right to left, because that's the way that your colon moves. But you can explore. You can also put your hands on your ribs and just practice breathing into your ribs so your ribs move out to one side, moving your hands. Feel your inner legs light up. And then we're going to press into both feet and squeeze that right knee in a little bit, root down through inner foot on the right. So will you try it with just one foot like that? Yeah, because that'll give you more stability. Okay, yeah, there you go. And then press into both feet to like that even more. So you're gonna press this up. Ooh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Root it down to this one too. So be sure you balance out your sides. That's what Fioli was doing, but I feel like it's kind of unstable for the low back. But you could try it. Yeah. Yeah. Breathe. What do you think? It's cool. Ooh, that's really nice. Sweet. Your body will teach you yoga. And then you have, your body will teach you yoga. Kind of, but I don't know for you with the way that your crunchy hip thing is. Did you still get in there?
It felt really good.
Good.
Actually.
Yeah.
I feel like it's spreading your hips.
Yeah. Okay. Well, play with it. I just want to make sure you don't tweak out your thing anymore.
Okay.
All right. So take a few more breaths and start to ease your way out. Down, down. Hug your knees into your chest. Big old breath into the back and the hips. So roll onto one side and come on up to your knees. And we're going to play with a camel pose. So another one you can use a block for or a rolled up towel between the legs. And you want to be sure to pad up your knees plenty so you can, double up your mat or put a towel under there. I say double, but it's really triple. Let's give you the profile here.
So if you've got something to put between your legs, you're gonna bring it right up to the pubic bone and squeeze it. As you set this up, you wanna just take a peek behind you and get your ankles in line with your knees and your feet in line with your ankles, so there's no sickling going on there. Toenails are spreading evenly into the floor as much as you can. And then bringing your hands to your low back, thumbs in toward the spine. So I'm gonna exaggerate it here. You're gonna tuck the tailbone. So notice even my rib cage comes in with that. Like that, and then the whole spine up. Press down into the hands and inhale, lift chest up. Exhale, keep the lift. Maybe squeeze elbows behind you. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, squeeze elbows. On each inhale, you lift. Now, if you'd like to start coming back, you're going to keep the lift and start to ease back. You can keep chin to chest or open the neck. Much deeper is to reach for the feet. And when I do this, I like to tuck the toes under so I have a little more space there, because you don't want to be collapsing into the back. You want to keep the lift, moving the curve into the upper spine. You don't have to grab the heels. There's a lot to just keep the hands on the hips and just practice the lift. So 3 to 5 more breaths, your choice. When you come out of it, you're going to brace yourself up and then just sit back on the heels and breathe. Stay with your breath. Hold your body. Check in with that spot that you chose to be from today. Maybe it moved. This might move down. Alright. Come on up and come into pigeon pose next. So if this hurts your knees, this is pigeon pose. If this doesn't work for you, what you can do is you can come on your back and do a reclining pigeon, which is crossing the ankle over the knee, reaching through the legs, and then drawing the legs toward you. So that's reclining pigeon, that's an option. Otherwise, let's go ahead and I'll start on the right side actually for this one, because I kind of think of it moving the colon. So front foot needs to be flexed, whatever version of pigeon you're doing. You can also give yourself some support, a block, a water bottle, a towel, pillow underneath that hip if you have space there between the floor and your right hip, or whatever one is forward. If you're on the floor, tuck your back toes under, reach the heel back. I'm going to give you some length there. And then inhale, lift up out of the back. And then pull the floor to come on down. Keep energy in the feet, front foot is flexed. And then get your head down to something, the floor, a block, a towel, your hands stacked. And stretch your breath across your low back and out through your legs. We'll be here for about 30 seconds more. If there's anything else you'd like to do, you can come up and work a little more of a back bend or a king pigeon, is taking hold of the back foot. Making your way to the other side. If you're on the floor, you can just swing the back leg around, or you could go through downward dog, even vinyasa if you like. As you come into the second side, become present with what is here. Front foot is flexed. Maybe give yourself some support. Tuck back toes under, reach the heel back. So feel like I want you to be folding toward your foot. You can bring the foot back up like it was. Yeah, and then you're gonna turn and go this way. Okay? Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull the floor. So maybe you're doing reclining pigeon. If you are, that's cool. Feet are flexed. And this is working an external rotation of that front thigh bone in the hip socket. Energy in the feet. And here. Celebrating your presence and your breath. A little bit more if you'd like to. Take this anywhere else, make any adjustments. Work a lift or king pigeon. So holy to get in our bodies. All right, ease on out of that. Come on to your back for Shavasana. If there's anything that you need to do before you come into Shavasana, you can do it now. I'm just like sitting around. I'm like, you want to do anything? All right. Getting comfortable. Yeah, I'm feeling I need a little twist, so if you need a little twist, you go for it. All right, 2 minutes of freestyle, whatever you want. If you're ready to just settle in for your rest, you can start that early.
We have an advanced yogi here, Rena. She's putting on some clothes.
So what's advanced about that is she's taking care of herself. I don't know how to turn on the heat in here yet. I'm gonna work that out. You need that. I am here. I kind of think of this as like a funny mockery of affirmations too, because it's just like, I kind of stress out about affirmations sometimes. I feel like it puts pressure on me, and I am here is just like the most obvious and simple and neutral one there can be. And it's profound too. It's like, wow, I'm here. Like in this like fleshy spaceship. I think I shared it with Yoga Club on a post about how when I stepped into my avatar in Second Life, this was like a long time ago, like probably 10 years ago now, but my boss was doing a documentary on this kind of video game thing called Second Life.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with that game for like 2 years.
Yeah, I feel like a gamer.
That was crazy.
But when I stepped into that world and that body, it really bounced right back to my physical existence, because as I stepped in there, the thought that came up for me, this inspiration was like, oh, I can do anything I want. And I was like, I can do anything I want pretty much anyway. And I like took off all my fur because I was like a furry person, and I was like walking around naked, and I walked into a lake and somebody said something rude to me, but I didn't even know how to respond, and I just really didn't even care. I was just on my own trip, and I think that is like really where it's at in life. It really frees you up to be you and be on your path and discover. It's not like you have to know, it's this like discovery process. Like wherever you find yourself, what is the desire that percolates up inside of you? Maybe it's to breathe into your left hip. Ooh. I've been having this really profound experience with breathing into my left torso, because I've been collapsing there and collapsing that whole lung. And then as I breathe into it, I get all this space and lift, and it actually turns on. And it turns on so much like I'm turned on. This really powerful activation on that side. You're receiving the gift of your own presence here. Feel how your body rewards you too, like good feelings. Some of us have this like lifelong survival tactic of leaving our bodies. In the house, I've been doing that for a long time. And as I've been coming into my body more and learning how to be with it, what I notice is that my body gets scared when I ditch it like that. And that's like what the tenseness is and the pain. It's body calling you back. It's getting your attention. And so it's part of this way that I come into my body and I go, oh, body, I'm sorry I left you. I love you. It's just like taking care of a little baby. Giving yourself that loving, motherly, fatherly attention for your own body. I got you. I got you, body. I am here. I am here. I've got you. I'm listening. I feel you. I can feel you guys doing this. It's really incredible. Good job. Even those of you who are watching the recording definitely have that sense. And this is the way that we do our own work and help other people at the same time. And receive that support in the space that we create. Those of us who are here in the moment with this recording and those who are in the moment with the recording. May all people walk in beauty away, away, away. And begin to deepen your breath. Filling out the quality of your presence in your body with your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. I am here. And then ease over onto your left side, or if that hurts, go on to your right side. I say left because we're going for non-habitual side. Just allow yourself to be here. Being so simply here. And begin to ease your way up to seated. Be easy in your neck. You can just let your head hang down. And then once you come up, using your hand to help your head up. Sitting tall. Check in with that area that you chose to be from today in your body. Notice if it moved or maybe expanded. Or maybe there's just a little more ease in breathing into this area. Bring the palms together. Your heart center, heart is high, crown is lifted. So I love to remember this, that namaste means the light in me sees and honors the light in you. So that starts with you, right? The light in me, the light in me. I am here. And then I see you, that reflection. And then we bow. Take a deep inhale. Namaste. Play with this practice in your day today. Love you. Love you. Take really good care of yourself. Drink plenty of water. I'm noticing with the fall, I'm needing hella water right now. So it's a good time to cleanse, and our bodies will naturally be doing that in these seasonal transitions. So even if you're not doing any cleansing activities, just drinking water to assist the natural process that's happening right now. A lot of letting go. El Dia de las Muertos. I'm looking for my love. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.